This is crazy. I haven't thought of this in years.
A repressed memory.
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Well,
just hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Just hold on 1 second.
Yeah. I mean, like...
Can you just hold on 1 second?
Yeah.
Just hold on.
Okay. Oh, okay. But it's like...
Just hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Just hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it must be like...
Just hold it. Okay, I'll hear you now.
So we're at my grandmother's
and
house.
That's our time.
It's the Pete Holmes Show!
I can't moonwalk. I can't. Have a seat. Thank you so much. That feels fantastic. I have to assume part of that was for my salmon shirt. JD Salmonger. JD Salmonger over here. This shirt's a real recluse. Here's something fun to talk about, top of the show. I want to tell you what the biggest point of stress is in my life. This is true. The biggest point of stress in my life is using bathrooms that aren't mine. I couldn't be more serious right now. It's not relationships. It's not my health. It's being anywhere other than my own house when the quesadillas start doing what they do. I don't want to be there. I want to be at home. When you're at someone else's house, you never know what you're going to deal with, what kind of bathroom they have. It's literally a crapshoot. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We got a great show. J.D. Salinger is here. It's the crapshoot monologue. What I'm saying is, there's two types of bathrooms that I'm aware of in homes. Welcoming bathrooms and unwelcoming bathrooms. Me, you come to my place, don't worry. Welcoming. I got that good shit, baby. 6 rolls of toilet paper in plain sight, backup, right there. Eye level. It's not under the sink, under the sink. Eye level. Like a spice rack. It's right there. Plunger's not hiding either. He's readily available, proud. He's practically saluting, like, do your worst. But then there's the unwelcoming bathroom. And this is the kind I had growing up in my house. It's cold, lonely, minimalist. It's like a German art installation, you know what I mean? The cold steel of the sink reminds me that we're all alone. No magazines, of course. No magazines. Decorative soaps still in the wrapping. That's an unwelcoming bathroom right there when they're still wrapped and you're like, can I? Crinkling, can I use this? And they're just like, what on earth would you be doing in there that would require hand washing? What? I don't know what you think goes on in there. That's our mirror room. And it doesn't even have to be a fancy bathroom to be an unwelcoming bathroom. Sometimes you just go in a regular run-of-the-mill bathroom, but it's still unwelcoming because they only have one towel, and it's the towel they use to dry off after the shower. So now you've washed your hands, and instead of just drying them, you're playing a fun game of which part of this towel didn't touch my uncle's balls. I've literally been there like, the corner? Is the corner safe? The corner's either the worst, because you're like, yeah! I can't quite, corner! 2 monologues now that I've done this. But it doesn't get any worse than public restrooms. We all know this, especially the men's room. Urinals, not a fan. Don't like urinals. What is this, Mad Max? It's, what's that word on that last card? It's savage. Worth it. We're a transparent show. I mean, we have a good time when we're on a rhythm, but I didn't see savage. It doesn't matter. And here we are. Deal with this. Half the time, the dividers are too low. There's no dividers, so you're standing next to some stranger, just fully explode. We've been canceled. What I'm saying is urinals are the worst. The big punchline is, why don't we just stand in the tub naked like 5-year-olds having a sword fight? Is that? Are you happy? Are you happy? That's where we were going. We can just jump right there. It doesn't matter. And there's the stalls. Yep, monologue's still going. Why does the public restroom stall always got to be 3 feet above the ground? That door, 3 feet above the ground? Who built these things? Don't they know what's happening in there? I'm going to the bathroom. It's not a voting booth. There's always that gap, like a generous gap. Like, the cost of doors, we gotta, smaller doors! Smaller doors, we're going bankrupt! Give me a tiny door, I want it to be like a saloon! That's why I don't with stalls. If I'm gonna go in public, you gotta give me a one-seater, level one-seater. It's a studio apartment of public restrooms. But really, for me, a good one-seater is all about the lock. What kind of lock we working with? Better be that deadbolt. I love the feeling of a deadbolt. You're like, I'm in God's hands. You know? That push-button handle shit, that's for the birds. Beat it, push-button handle. F you. Lock and handle should be separate. Handle's too flimsy to trust with the lock. He's like, I got it, jiggling, I got it, I got it. You don't got it, I don't trust you. You push it in, there's no way to test if it's locked without unlocking it. That's a good feeling right before you turn and take 3 gigantic steps, turn around to a pantless 180 and just stare back at that door you don't trust. Any second, that pop button's gonna push out like a turkey timer. So you can be at your worst, just like, someone's in here! It's a pop lock! This might surprise you, but my favorite public bathroom is actually on the airplane. They're the absolute best. They offer ultimate privacy, airplane bathroom. You kind of feel like the pilot, you know what I mean? You got your own door, you got buttons and knobs you can turn and push. And you're both trying to land something. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been great. This has been really nice for me. The best part, hands down, on the airplane toilet is the flush. I love the flush. It's so dramatic. There's always that pause. You know what I mean? They make you wait for it. You're like, oh no, what did I do? And you're like, oh, it's a button. And you push it, and you're like, it's broken. It's not broken! It's so good. It just sucks it out. It's so definitive. It shouldn't even be called a flush. That's what a normal toilet does. An airplane toilet, through massive suction, completely gets rid of whatever you did, like Tony Soprano style. No evidence, no trace, no sign it ever existed. Just like, don't worry. We took care of it. We got a great show, everybody! When we come back, I'm going to gab like gals with YouTube star Grace Helbig, everybody. Gabbing like gals. See you in a second. That's great. That's great. Welcome back, everybody. So I don't know if you can tell by my overall vibe, but I'm kind of like a gal fella. Like one of those fellas that really likes to gal it up. You know what I mean? Pine ice cream, face mask. I love gal stuff. So I thought it would be fun to do a segment we call Gabbin' Like Gals with our friend Grace Helbig. Take a look. I'm so excited to be sitting here with one of my favorite people, one of the funniest people I know from your wonderful YouTube sensation hit, It's Grace.
Yay!
Internet famous, super hilarious, and wonderful. Thanks for gabbing, Grace Helbig.
Thank you for having me. I put a dress on for a photo shoot the other day, and I felt like it wasn't right.
Dresses are weird.
They're super weird.
I feel like it's like someone wrapped a towel around themselves getting out of the shower.
Yeah.
They're like, I'll just go out in this.
This is it. I don't need anything extra.
Why
here.
would it's a bizarre thing to have the wind.
Oh, come right up into your cooter. Yeah.
Betwixt the legs
Yeah.
to the coot.
To the coot scoot.
What a racket. We've, like, some
pervy guy was like, I call it the dress. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, but there's nothing protecting the coot.
Let's take pants and cut out the seams of them.
Here's the part that protects the part you want to protect the most. I take it out, I call it the dress. It's $75, and this is the old time, and that's a lot of money. I like this. It looks like there was a storm in Hawaii, a cocktail party. No! That's all right.
I know.
When I was a kid, I was obsessed with those little umbrellas.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I used to think, like, you know, it could cover me a little bit.
A little tiny bit.
Like, I kind of thought that was my skewed perception of what a cool boy would be. Like, I'd be in junior high and I'd be like, oh, it's raining, but pretty light. And everyone would be like, let's suck his
That's very progressive thinking for a middle schooler.
I didn't get my first blowjob till I was 21.
Okay.
And you know what I thought as soon as she started?
What?
We're gonna get married. And you know what we did?
You got married?
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that?
BJ today, wife tomorrow. I'm old fashioned.
You said you opened a tiny umbrella over her head while
What's your favorite thing to do on a casual girls' night in like this?
drink drinks and eat snacks.
What kind of snacks? Bugles? Put them on your fingers. Fun.
Super fun. I love guacamole.
Me too.
Guacamole is my favorite flavor.
Do you make it tableside?
I hate when guacamole is made tableside.
Because you have to hear it.
Well, you have to hear it, and then you just have to kind of like...
Just a second, you can put this in your mouth. If you'd like, I can mush up these bananas too. Thanks so much for coming to Chi-Chi's. When you do it, it's so fun. You can't do it. You're too much of a lady. You have to have this face. Would you like some guacamole? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Chips. And then every time you dip in, there's a little reminder. I love camp.
Did you go to camp?
Look at this personality. I went to camp. Two sticks and a bucket and a song and a string and a bird on my shoulder.
That's not real.
No, but you were enjoying it.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was your camp song that you had when you were younger.
Can we do a camp song?
Yeah. Ready?
Unity fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's safe in the sun. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Make a bracelet with your platonic boyfriend. Go in your cabin, you weird girl who don't like camp. Your skin is so pale, your nickname's the scam. It's camp.
It's fun for everyone.
Except that one weird girl. Food's real fun too.
Tater tots.
Oh, to name a few. Okay. How's a hug sound?
A hug sounds great.
Do you want to hug and then do the guacamole sound?
I'll let you take that one. We're hugging. Nope, I didn't know what was happening during the hug. I thought it was hug and then the noise. And that cost a lot.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Grace. Download Grace's movie. Go to campdakota.com. Stick around. Comedian Jared Logan is here in the studio. Jared Logan. Welcome back, everybody. So as a stand-up comedian myself, it is an honor for me to have stand-ups come and perform on this show. And this next performer is one of my absolute favorites. He's a very funny guy from West Virginia who has his own half-hour Comedy Central special. He's also a dear friend of mine. Let's go nuts for the always hilarious Jared Logan, everybody. Jared!
Hello, I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I'm supposed to tell you about myself, so I'll tell you I have a girlfriend. She's real, and she and I don't have the same interests sometimes. Yeah, we don't have the same, like, hobbies. Like, okay, I'm very much, you can tell by looking at me, very much into, like, you know, like Star Trek and X-Men. You can tell just by looking at me, right? And she does not like that stuff at all, like even a little bit. So, well, but what we do is we compromise. We compromise. When we are figuring out what we're going to do, we compromise on what we're going to do that night. Like the other day I said to her, I was like, look, if you go with me to my Lord of the Rings fan fiction meetup group, I'll go with you to your ultrasound thing. And her thing was boring and... but there are things we do like to do together. There are. We love to go to bed and breakfasts together. Like in like a little small town. Like recently we went to this beautiful little small town called Saratoga Springs, New York. And you know what these towns are like? A little cobbled main street, a little ivy-covered college, and you know, there's always something fun there, like a lesbian holding an owl. And you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. So, but sometimes they celebrate things in these towns, and I think they celebrate too much. Like, there was this sign up while we were there. See what you think of this. There was this sign up in this town reminding people to celebrate Take a Child Outside Week. What's happening? Why aren't the children going outside? What in God's name happened? Like, it sounds like there's a kid tied to a radiator in a basement. Come on, Timmy, it's the 1 week a year we clean out your cage and put down fresh straw. You might get to see a bird. And the other problem is, Take a Child Outside Week. That's a mouthful. There's too many syllables in that. Too many words, but you can't shorten that. You can't make it an acronym, because then you're saying to people, hey, are you coming to Taco Week? Are you coming to the park for Taco Week? Oh, no, there won't be any tacos. No, there won't be any, just children squinting at the sun. Just pale children. Have you ever gone somewhere you think you're going to get Tex-Mex food and you get pale children who need to be mentored? There's nothing more disappointing. There's nothing. I was a theater major in college. Don't clap for it though, because it's a weird thing to major in. I was on academic scholarship. That's like you get your scholarship for grades, right? But then I use that money to become a theater major. So that's like you win the lottery and then you just spend it on Beanie Babies. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I did. And, you know, then I had to get a real job. You can't be Dame Judi Dench right away, which is my ultimate goal. So I would have to interview for these jobs. And I lived in the South at the time. And in the South, sometimes they don't really know what theater is. They think that theater is like a bunch of gay dudes in a basement wearing makeup and making their penises kiss. Which it can be, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So I would have to go on these job interviews, and this is a true story. One time this guy's interviewing me, and he goes, now I see theater here on your resume. Is that going to interfere with your ability to work? And I was like, no. I'm very responsible. I'll be here every day at 9 a.m. ready to go. And this guy really said this. He goes, yeah, but you're an actor. You could be lying to me and I wouldn't even know. I'm not a sociopath. When you get a theater degree, you'll get special powers. This guy's like, I can't hire you to work here. You can change your shape at will. I come in for a cup of coffee. You're the coffee pot. Get out of my office, metamorph. So I had to take like a lot of temp jobs. Those jobs stink. They're no fun. You're always at someone else's cubicle with all their stuff you don't like. Like, one time I was in this woman's cubicle. She had 1,000 Post-it notes in her cubicle. It was like she was trying to solve the Kennedy assassination in her cubicle. And all of them had different messages, and they were all driving me crazy. And there were two right in my field of vision the whole time. They were driving me nuts. And the first one said, this gets weird, but stick with me. The first one said, 3 steps to fix error 285. And it said, 1, log in as admin. 2, run detect and repair sequence. And 3, reinstall Excel. Right beside that, I swear to God, she had a post-it that said, 3 ways to be more happy. And it said, 1, be more honest. 2, free your heart from hatred. And 3, expect the unexpected. That's a good one. But I think the danger there is that you go to be more honest, and then you accidentally just reinstall Excel. Do you know what I mean? Or for 7 years, you're like, why am I not happy? I'm logged in as admin. Yes! Yes! Thank you. Thanks.
Jared Logan, everybody! My friend Jared Logan, we'll be right back! That was great, Jared. That's our show, everybody. One more time for Jared Logan, his late night debut. Thank you, Grace Helbig. Good night, everybody. Good night.